guys, it's Karen Langston from Parents & Co. Sorry about the weird positioning, but this morning, if you remember, it's I'm focusing on Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week and trying to show support to mummies in how to have a nice connection and bond with their baby, and also ways that can relax not just baby but mummies as well. So we're looking at baby massage this week. So part of my role is an infant massage therapist. So I don't run as many classes as I used to, but I do when I work one-to-one with families. When I go into their homes, I do show mummies and daddies how to do infant massage with their little ones. So today we are going to look at tummy massage, which is a really great little technique to learn, because if your baby suffers with wind or digestive issues, it's a nice one just to help alleviate the wind. If your baby is a little bit windy and maybe they spit up a bit, you don't have to have them laying completely flat on the towel or the blanket that you're on. So what I tend to do is I just fold up a little blanket and put it under their head and shoulders just to kind of elevate them slightly. You can elevate them a bit more as well if you want, or you can even bring your knees up and actually lay and put your knees together and actually lay baby on your knees when you're working on things like the tummy, particularly while they're tiny. They don't actually even have to be laying on the floor. So that's another way of massaging baby. So if you remember, I said all you needed was to massage baby was a towel or a soft blanket to lay on the floor, and make sure the floor is actually nice and soft. You're not just laying them onto a wood floor. Check room temperature. You don't want it to be too cold. I mean, the temperature outside isn't too bad today, but if you're stripping them off just to their little kind of vest, then you know, it's a little bit chilly for them. So putting a little blanket just over the top half of their body is a nice way just to kind of keep them warm. Maybe just turning the heating up slightly. And as I said, it's just having some oil, whether that's coconut oil or you've got something like an organic refined sunflower oil, which is really nice, or just some form of oil that you've already used on baby and made sure that they don't react to it. To be honest, most of the oils that you can get for babies normally tend to be very safe to use, and it's a rarity that they react, but you want something that is very kind of gentle and sensitive to baby skins. So we are going to start by just rolling up, and I hope you can see, I've tried to position my camera today so you can see baby rather than me. So you're just going to start by rolling up their little vest, so you expose the tummy area. Another thing that I like to do is just actually completely loosen their nappy, because their tummy area is actually quite low. I mean, if you can just pull the nappy down so it's just keeping their little modest parts covered, just in case they decided to wee, then you've got that covered. You know, you don't want that kind of face, but actually exposing the actual tummy area is really important. So actually loosening the nappy again just kind of helps to take any pressure off baby's tummy. So just pulling it down. And baby's tummy, the area we really want to work on is like if you put your hand to the side, the palm of your hand, put that across baby's tummy, and that is the area that we are going to work on. We want to work on the lower part of their tummy, because that's where all their intestines are, so the large intestine, and kind of like, you know, obviously where the food, the milk that they drink gets collected to eventually kind of be pushed out out of their pipe to become their stools. So, you know, if baby is struggling and a bit constipated, or as I said, they struggle with wind, they're not so good at bringing their wind up and they're quite squirmy, tummy massage is a really nice one to do with them. It really can can help and support their discomfort. At any time, if your baby fusses or cries, then just pick them up. You know, don't do something to baby that they're not enjoying. You can always go back to it. And again, don't do a tummy massage just after they've fed. You want to leave it a good half an hour, 40 minutes after they've eaten, because obviously it can obviously make the milk come back up. So we're just going to start. Obviously babies, if you haven't done a massage on babies before, touching babies can take a little bit for them to get used to. So we are just going to, well actually first of all we're going to engage with baby. It's really important that you engage with baby while doing massage. So you're always checking in with them, talking to them, communicating to them in kind of a very calm way. I've got some nice kind of calming music playing in the background as well. So, you know, that helps to relax us. And I always say to mummies, before you start kind of massaging, just take a couple of really deep breaths. So a deep inhale and a deep exhale. So just do 3 or 4 kind of deep inhales and exhales just for mummy, just to kind of relax and bring your shoulders down. Because if you're relaxed, baby is going to feel very relaxed as well. Yeah, and just before you start to massage baby, you're just going to just gently kind of just rub your hands over baby's face and just tell them that you're going to do a little massage. Just checking in with them. Just going to do a little massage, baby. Just so that they know. And as they get a little bit more used to you doing massage, that rubbing your hands very close to their face and you telling them or asking them, is it okay to massage? Or you're going to do a little massage, gives them a cue that you are going to start the little massage. So I'm obviously not going to use it all on my baby because my baby is a doll. But at this point, you would take about the size of a 10p piece in the palm of your hand. So if you're using a coconut oil that's solid, you know, just a little scoop and just kind of like rub it around in the palm of your hand so it starts to make liquid. And if you're using a liquid, a couple of good pumps, as I said, for about the size of a 10p piece, and then rub your hands together so that the oil is on both sides of the hands. As I said, you don't want your hands to drag on baby's skin. You want your hands to glide on baby. So we're going to start by putting our hand just gently on baby's tummy. And this will kind of like tell baby that we are, 1, connecting with them, and 2, that we are going to start kind of like doing some massage on their stomach area. Also, having a hand on baby's tummy, I mean, obviously make sure your hands are quite warm. My hands get really cold, particularly my fingertips. So actually when you're kind of rubbing your hands together with the oil, you're also warming your hands up. So, you know, trying to make sure that they're not too cold when you put them on baby's tummy, because that can be quite a shock. And actually just having your hand on baby's tummy, because your hand is nice and warm, and you're actually kind of like, you know, putting that kind of like little bit of pressure on baby, it's actually, even that alone is just a nice kind of feeling for baby. So we're going to start with what we call the paddle. So you start with pushing the wind down first. So it's hand over hand. Think of it like a water paddle. And you're going to do one hand after the other, just pushing the wind downwards. And remember, don't go too high, because then we're into the rib area and obviously up into the chest. Baby's tummies, it's a very small space. So really it's just kind of just below the belly button. Easier to see on mine because mine's a lot bigger. So yeah, and you're just doing some little paddle strokes, hand over hand. And what that does is pushes the wind downwards. We want the wind to go down. And that's a really nice way to push the wind down. If babies, as I said, squirm and wiggle and they're not happy, then just stop and just reconnect with baby. Put your hand back on baby's tummy and just talk to them, just to reassure them. If they really fuss, then just stop and pick them up and give them a little cuddle. And you can actually, as I said, lift your knees up and put them on your knees so that they're quite close to you and they can see your faces a lot more. So How many strokes of those do you do? 6 to 8, depending on how happy baby is with you kind of like doing that. Okay, then we're going to take our thumbs and we're going to go out. So we start from the belly button and we're now going to push the wind outwards. So you're going across baby's tummy. So we push the wind down and now we're just releasing any air bubbles in the middle of the tummy to the sides. And the pressure that you do, people ask me often kind of, what kind of pressure do I put on baby? You don't want to be too light, because sometimes actually what that causes is a bit of an annoyance for baby. You want it to be slightly firm so that baby can actually feel it. Like if you were stroking a cat or a dog, you know, that kind of like stroke. You know, animals quite like you to stroke them quite firmly. But again, just gauge it by your baby's response. So we've gone outwards. So we're pushing all the air bubbles out to the side. And then we're going to do a circle. So we're just going to, again, you're more so taking your fingertips, because again baby's tummies are very small, and you're going to do clockwise circles around baby's tummy and go right around the stomach area, so you know, right to the outside as well. And then this is just a nice way just to move any wind, particularly if they're constipated, and it just circling around the tummy just shifts everything. That's lovely. Okay, and again about 8 of those. Okay, baby. And then we're going to do what we call the rainbow. So if you need to add a little bit more oil during the area that you're massaging, then do. Just take a little bit more. And I'm just going to take just 2 little fingers, because again, as I said, baby's tummies are very tiny. And we're going to go over to the left. So you're just doing, again, over baby's tummy, a little rainbow. And this is a really good one if baby is really struggling to pass a stool, because this can help shift the stool through the intestine and out. So you're just doing a little rainbow movement over baby's tummy. Excellent. And then we're just going to go back to doing some paddling. So, you know, there aren't many strokes that you need to kind of remember, and it doesn't really matter. When I say that, you know, doing the paddling to start with is what you start, it doesn't really matter. If you can't remember them all, it really doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt or damage baby. But just doing some nice paddling. Another nice one I like to do, particularly if baby is really suffering with wind, are our little bicycle legs. So you're going to just gently lift up baby's legs, and you never force baby's legs. I mean, I've got a little doll, so it's easier to work with, but don't force them. Babies will work with you if they want to. So you're just going to gently do bicycle legs. So you're gently pushing the legs towards the stomach. This is a really good one for helping shift that really uncomfortable wind. So you're just doing, say, about 6 to 8, and then I just gently, and again, only if baby will let you, I just gently bring both legs up towards tummy, and I do at this point just put a little bit more pressure on the legs. It's very much like yoga movements that you might do if you do yoga, bringing your legs up. And then I just gently stretch baby's legs out. So have a nice stretch. And then I go again with the bicycle legs. Said about 6 to 8 bicycle legs. And then again, just bringing the legs, only if baby will let you, bring the legs up, putting a bit more pressure on baby's legs. And what you will find quite often is when you do this, a little motion, a little movement, is if baby has got trapped wind, they pass so many little kind of bottom burps, and stretch the legs out. When I'm working with families, what I tend to do is when I'm working with baby is I just keep going as long as baby is happy with this little kind of little movement until the wind stops, until they stop passing their little bottom burps. And you can gently just rock baby a little bit side to side as well. Hey baby. And then just stretch. Again, don't pull, just kind of naturally go with their movement and just stretch baby's legs out. And as I said, keep going with that one, and that's a really good one just to help help with any wind that's kind of trapped. And just kind of going back to your paddling, just moving the wind, shifting the wind. And you can go round to another little kind of like just a little round circular movement around baby's tummy. Yeah. And then ending with like a little finger walking across baby's tummy. Again, that just kind of helps to disperse the bubbles, and then just finishing with your hand placed back on baby's tummy, and just hold it there just for a little while, just while you're talking to them. Yes. And that's the end of my little tummy massage. So just rolling their little vest down, doing their nappy up again securely, and if you've got a little blanket, maybe just laying the little blanket over their tummy and just sitting here just for a few minutes, you know, just enjoying, kind of like, you know, connecting with your baby. And you will definitely find that you both feel a lot more relaxed. I hope you enjoyed that little tummy massage, and that you could see the movements that I was doing. I won't be on tomorrow, but I'll be back on Thursday, and I'll be showing you how to massage the legs, which is another nice one because babies actually really quite enjoy having their legs touched, and just kind of like just going over the chest. And then on Friday we'll just do a very kind of nice little kind of massage that you can do all over, but a very quick little massage. I hope you have a lovely day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.